Good morning, motherfuckers. It is I, your main motherfucker, Mr. Late Night Saturday Sleepy Church on Sunday. The Sinister Minister Murky motherfucking Monday. I'd like to welcome you back to the shack. This week on the channel, we're going to talk about love. But first,
you are watching the Murky Munde channel. Please like, please share, please subscribe, ring the bell for updates.
And now it's time for a walk with the witch doctor.
hey motherfucker, let's go for a walk. Now, look, I understand not everybody is a righteous motherfucker. You know, I get that. That's kind of the point of this, is that, you know, if you want to be a righteous motherfucker, you know, I'm trying to do what I can to help you on this path to being a righteous motherfucker. And one of the things that you will learn on this path is that sometimes you're gonna walk this motherfucker by yourself. And you have got to come to terms with that. You have got to find peace in your solitude. In fact, when you become a righteous motherfucker, you will find peace in your solitude. You will seek to find those moments when you are alone on the path, when you can be with your thoughts, you know, you can be with your spirit, you know what I mean? But you will find, if you know, on your path that, you know, you want someone to be there with you. It's nice to have company, you know, walking on the path, you know, but you will find that sometimes, you know, people won't always go where you headed. You know, people can't always think the way you think and see the way you see things, you know, and people are going to disagree with you, you know, and they won't walk the extra mile, let alone, you know, go with you to the final end. You know, it's hard to find someone that's going to go with you, you know, your friends. You can have friends that you've been friends with your whole life, and, you know, they might have a different political opinion than you, or have a different religious viewpoint than you, something. They you know, next thing you know, they ain't your friends no more, you know. Your significant other can find another. You know what I mean? Things can happen, and you'll be out there in that world walking in the wilderness by yourself. Well, let me tell you, it is in these moments that you will find your strength. You will find what it is to be a strong, righteous motherfucker, because you will learn out here in the wilderness by your damn self how to live. And the first person that you got to be righteous to is you. To thine own self be true. Amen. Welcome back. This week on the channel, we're going to talk about love. Now, we all have loved and have been loved. We have all been loved in a way that has shown us what love really is. And we have all loved in a way that has shown people that we have no fucking clue what love really is. Love is one of those things where, you know, it to me, it is the most simple, really, for me, of our emotions. Because to me, love is something that you can actually have the capacity to love everybody. You know, that is humanly possible. To me, it's not necessarily humanly possible to hate everybody. You know what I mean? So a lot of motherfuckers would be like, you know, they try to be tough and be like hard. I hate everybody. Blah, blah, blah. You know, all that shit is someone who really just wants to love everybody. Because I have found when I talk to motherfuckers that I hate everybody equally, yeah, whatever. Those motherfuckers are the ones who the most seek attention. So whatever. It's easier just to fucking love everybody. That's all I'm saying. And the reality of love, to me, is to understand that there are only 3 types of love, you know? And when you understand this and when you wrap your mind around what this is, then it'll help you in the other 2 areas. See, there's a clue, right? We as humans only have the capacity to love on 3 levels: the physical level, the mental level, and the spiritual level. Okay. Now, we can't love outside of any capacity than that. And to me, there's no such thing as true love or untrue love or whatever the other little definitions, cute little nicknames you might want to give it or what have you. None of that stuff really does any justice to what love really is in its simplest form, right? In the world of physical love, you can love every person on a physical level. You know what I mean? That doesn't necessarily just mean the doing the nasties and shit, but the act of love would also say include, you know, going and shopping for a motherfucker. You know what I mean? They can't go shop for themselves, you know, picking up something in their house, helping them do something in a physical sense, you know, chopping some wood for a motherfucker, changing a motherfucker's tire. You know what I mean? This is physical love. Right? Instead of not simply just, you know, laying pipe and shit or, you know, whatever, the physical thing, right? So when you love a person on a physical level, it seems that you can love a motherfucker on a whole lot of other levels too, if you're just in a physical realm, because you're so involved with that you can make yourself believe that, you know, I love them spiritually and I love them mentally because they're satisfying my physical needs. Then there's the saying, right? That 2 out of 3, right? What if you got 2, right? That you got the physical love and you got the mental love. Well, what is mental love? Mental love really is just the go-between, the liaison between the physical love and the spiritual love, right? And what's the spiritual love so that can help best define what the mental love is, right? The spiritual love is that place where we like to say, you know, that's where my soulmate, you know what I mean? That person that I can love and have a feeling towards that'll last through eternity, right? Forever. You know what I mean? If you believe in forever. To me personally, you have to believe in forever to have a spiritual love. If you don't believe in the concept of a forever, well, then you're kind of stuck in just the 2 love situation, which is the physical and the mental. You know what I mean? If you devoid yourself of a spiritual realm, well, then there's nothing there after that, right? But a righteous motherfucker believes that there is something, that there is an eternity, right? Because I see it just simply looking at space not having an end. So if space is eternal, then I, being of space matter, am equally as eternal, right? And so what is eternal? Well, my physical being isn't. So that love of physicality, it's only going to get you so far, right? And the mental, really, like I said, is just a bridge from your physical to get you to have an appreciation for the spiritual, right? Where we're trying to have that, you know, soulmate. Well, what is that spiritual love? That's a love where you can love a motherfucker no matter what. Whether they're here, whether they're not here, whether you sleep with them every night, whether you never sleep with them. That they are in love with you and you are in love with them on a level that is an eternal love. And because it's not a physical love, that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to have some sort of gender rules to it. You know, just so that you understand, right? Like, you know, I love my mother on a spiritual level. You know what I mean? I'm always going to love my mom. You know what I mean? That's never going to change. It's going to be there eternally. And that taps into her loving her mother eternally. Taps into my grandmother loving my great grandmother eternally. You know what I mean? So that physical love only works in the physical realm. Now, can I go hug my mom and show her physical love? Can I kiss my mama's face and show her physical love? Yes, that's me just showing you a base level in this physical realm, an example of how much I feel for her spiritually. Like, when you hug that mother, your father, your child, that's what you're feeling, right? That eternal connection. And the mental love is the love that you have for a person that allows you to recognize the difference, so that when you actually can hug that person, that you can register that feeling, that you can transmit that and then appreciate it and process it, so that when you love a person, when you hug them, the difference when you hug a person that you love and you hug a person that you just met. You know what I mean? Now, I know some people that are some huggers, and they hug the same people the same way no matter what. And you feel all that love that they have for all humanity, right? Not a lot of motherfuckers like that. You know what I mean? There are some people that need that hug. You know what I mean? And to me, there's this thing, right? There's this Metallica lyric, planting the seeds of hate. For me, I can tell you truthfully that it is way easier to plant seeds of love, right? And they're small. They're not big, giant seeds. Like, seeds of hate to me are giant, big ass fucking, they're not watermelon seeds. There's the sizes of watermelons, right? But to me, the seed of love is like like a mustard seed, right? It's real small, but it can grow real big, right? So trust that it is better for you to love motherfuckers than it is for you to hate motherfuckers. Now, I suggest that in this world, the best way for us to do that is to try to really understand what love is. Understand that physical love is my physical expression of how I feel eternally for you. But I need to have that mental connection, and I need to have that spiritual connection in order to know that love is a complete love. Not a true love, a complete love. And that's what we're looking for, is a complete love. Now, you can have a complete love for people other than your significant other, right? It's possible. You don't have to have sex with everybody in that physical sense, right? Hello. But you can have a physical affection towards them, right? You can hug a motherfuckers, like I'm saying, right? And in the mental, what does that do for you? What is that mental thing? Is that to express that, to tell a motherfucker, I love you. You know what I mean? To ask a motherfucker how you feel, to talk with them, to discuss things, regardless whether you disagree or not. Because see, love has nothing to do with whether or not you agree or disagree on red or blue. It has everything to do with whether or not they love you, you love them, and that you take that love and spread it to other motherfuckers. This is your love horoscope edition. Okay, Aries. Aries is sometimes the most difficult to love, because they are the youngest in the zodiac timeline. They are children. So they love with childlike awe and wonder, and thus can be easily have their hearts broken. Taurus. Taurus has a love of things. They have an affinity for objects. And so you have to love a Taurus understanding that they love things just as much as they love motherfuckers. Gemini. Let me tell you, Geminis love you wholeheartedly. And they also hate your ass wholeheartedly. Cancer. Cancers love you to the bottom of their heart. when they say, I love you from the bottom of my heart, that's where cancers are, at the bottom of your heart. That's where they love you from. And the bottom of their heart is just like the bottom of the ocean. It's dark. It's dark down there. Leos love with a ferocity and a ferociousness that is unmatched in the zodiac. And it is compelling, the power of that love. I want you to understand something, that love is a very murderous love. Now, the thing that you have to understand is that they are only going to kill for you, right? If they have to kill you, the relationship's over. Virgo is the hardest. When they say playing hard to get, Virgo is the hardest one to get to love you. But when they do, they love you with the intensity of the power of like the first love. Like they love you through and through, all of it. But by the same token, it takes a long time to get to that, and dealing with a lot of before you get there. Libra loves in such a way that if they give you a penny's worth of love, they want a penny's worth of love in return. Don't get me wrong. A Libra will put $1 on the table, and that's fine. They'll take a penny 100 times in a row if that's what it is. But you better match that damn dollar. If they start putting in too much in the love kitty and you take it out, eventually that kitty's gonna run dry. Scorpio. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to love, people have a hard time with Scorpios because we are ruled by sex. And so a lot of people think that because we love sex, that somehow or another that translates to us loving you. Let me tell you that if it's just a sexual fucking relationship, that's all it is. If it's something more than sex, then we love you more than the sex. Sagittarius. Let me tell you something about Sagittarius. When they love with an unbridled passion. They love you to the end. They're nonstop, and they're just, the love is ever increasing, and it's bountiful. But when the love gets tired, you had better do something about getting that love. You need to put in on, you need to take care of that love so that it can be ready to run again. Capricorn. Caps. I don't know. I might have said this before, but no one loves as hard as a Capricorn can love you. No one can love you with the levels that a Capricorn can love you. No one can love you to the extent that Capricorn can love you. And let me tell you, if you think you can outlove a Capricorn, your ass is in for a fight. Pisces. Let me tell you, this is the thing that you have to understand about love and Pisces. Pisces, first and foremost, love themselves. Now, this isn't a bad thing, because in order to love anything else, you have to first love yourself. Now, at that point, you have to find someone who loves themselves as much as you love yourself. And so if you don't love yourself as much as a Pisces loves themselves, then it's going to feel like the motherfuckers don't love you at all. Aquarius. Let me tell you, this is how an Aquarius loves. As long as it's raining, then the aquifer is full. So as long as there's something going on, some action going on in the ecosystem where the rain is coming, then the aquifer is full. But I'm going to tell you right now, if there's no weather in this relationship, then that shit's gonna dry up. And when the well runs dry, and now it's time for joke of the motherfucking week. Okay, so first time I got into some good, I messed up. You know what I mean? I was overwhelmed by the moment, and just like any other young boy, I was finished before the race was start. Finished for pow. You know what I mean? But after that, I had the foresight and the forethought to say to myself, I need to, figure this thing out. So I had a vast collection of Playboy magazine and Hustler magazine, and I had some Club magazine. Club was like a British magazine, you know what I mean? That's where I found I found out who Sika was. If you know anybody, but that's crazy. But them motherfuckers taught me a few things. I can thank Hugh and I can't think of what that Woody Harrelson played that motherfucker in that movie. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. It will come to me. But I sought advice through those kinds of means, and next time I got me a little piece of good, nothing really changed. You know what I mean? I still kind of before the starter bell rung, I was done. You know what I mean? And so I was try to figure it out, and I listened to a lot of Prince, right? So he kind of gave me good advice on what it meant to be a good lover, you know what I mean? And that, freaky diggy, you know what I mean, with the girls, I listened to Prince, I get some good, and it's still the same thing, you know what I mean? It was over before it started, you know what I mean? I figure, something I got to figure this out for real, you know what I mean? So I went ahead and I asked the only other person I could think to ask, and I asked my dad. I said, Dad, how you my dad said, you need that conversation about the birds and the bees, and I said, I just need some advice on how to pitch a complete game, you know what I mean? My dad said, oh, let me tell you what, son. When it comes to that right there, you need to go and meet the man on the mountain. I said, meet the man on the mountain? He said, yeah, there's just some things that I can't teach you. You got to go learn that for yourself. Climb the mountain and talk to the man. Give the answer. All right. I figured it out, you know what I mean? I was going to go on a quest. I was going to go on a mission to find what it meant, to turn myself into a good lover. You know what I mean? Someone who can, go the distance. You know what I mean? Win the trophy and stuff. Not trip out the starting block and skin my knee. You know what I mean? All right. So I go and I look, and I found myself a mountain. I was like, man, that motherfucker. That's a tall ass fucking mountain shit. So, I get out my machete, cut my way through the jungle and shit, climbing this motherfucking mountain. Get up to where, it's cold at the top, you know what I mean? I get up there and I see this man sitting there and I say, hey, what are you doing? I said, you the man in the mountain? He said, yes, I'm the man in the mountain. Great, I'm here for some advice on what it is, the secrets. I need the knowledge of what it is to be a good lover. And he says, yes, I am the man in the mountain, but I am the man in the mountain who gives financial advice. You seek another man in another mountain. So I was like, fuck, son of a bitch. My machete and cut my way down the mountain. I get down to the bottom of the mountain looking, lo and behold, I see another mountain over there. So I fucking get my machete and cross over the river and shit. Cut my way, get to back at the top of the hill, there's fucking another mountain and shit. And I get to the top of this motherfucker and there's an old man there. I says, sir, are you the man in the mountain? He says, yes, I am the man in the mountain. I says, are you the man in the mountain that's going to talk to me? I need some advice about love and being a better lover. You know what I mean? He says, I am the man in the mountain, but I am the man in the mountain of farming and agriculture. I can help you plant seeds and grow shit, but that's what I do. Man, you the wrong man in the mountain, man. Hack my way back down. And cross over another little river and hack my way. I see another mountain. Cut my way up the mountain, cut my way up the mountain. I'm hacking and chopping, hacking, crawling to the top of this fucking mountain. I get to the top of the mountain. There's this old man up there. And I see this old man. I said, oh man, are you the man in the mountain? He said, yes, I'm the man in the mountain. I said, I need the man in the mountain to tell me what I need to know about how to be a better lover. He says, I am the man in the mountain, but I am the man in the mountain that gives you advice on what kind of paint job you should put on your car. So I was like, fuck, you're the wrong man in the mountain. So I fucking get down to the bottom of the mountain and there's another little river. It's a bigger river though. I gotta fucking take a boat across this motherfucking river. Get to the other side, and I see there's a fucking mountain over there, and I gotta hack through the motherfucking hack through the fucking jungle, hack through the fucking jungle, get to the top of the car, come to the top. Then at the top of this fucking mountain, and there I see this woman, and I said, ma'am, I'm looking for the man in the mountain. And she says, there is no man on this motherfucking mountain. This is my motherfucking mountain. I said, I'm looking for advice on how to be a better lover. And she just fucking laughed at me and pointed. And so I knew I had to get the fuck off that motherfucking mountain. So I fucking hacked my way down the mountain. Hack my way down the fucking mountain. Get to the bottom of the fucking mountain. Now this is a bigger motherfucking river. And I don't have a boat big enough for me to fucking boat across this motherfucker. I gotta wait for a fucking boat to carry me across this motherfucker. So I'm sitting there waiting on this motherfucking boat. This old man comes by and he sees me standing there. He says to me, what you doing? I said, nah, I'm waiting on this boat. He says, yeah, I'm waiting on this boat too. I said, what you waiting on this boat for? He says, I'm trying to get over there to get to this other side of this mountain. He says, talk to the man in the mountain about getting some fucking advice. He says, oh yeah? He says, I said, yeah. He says, well, I'm the man of that mountain. I said, yeah. He says, well, maybe you save me a trip then. He says, I'm looking for advice on how to be a better lover. And he said, oh fuck, that's not me. I'm the advice guy on what color you should paint your house. I'm not that guy. My twin brother, you see he's the guy that paints the car. That's my sister. She's the one that says what size motor you should put in there. No one ever asked her for advice though, but she knows what size motor you should put in your fucking car. The next mountain over besides my mountain is what kind of cake you should get for your birthday, and after that mountain over that one is where you should go on your vacation advice. The advice that you're seeking is like, man, you got like 10 fucking mountains you gotta go. What I could do though is I could hook you up with my friend who's a pilot, and he can fly you over, but there's no place for him to land, so you're gonna have to fucking parachute out of the fucking plane to land on that mountain. But the man on that mountain's there, and he'll answer your question. So I'm like, fuck, shit, all right. I don't like to fly, you know what I mean? It's not flying, but it's crashing, and then it's mountains and shit, you know what I mean? Fuck, and now I gotta jump out of a perfectly good fucking airplane and shit so I can figure out how to sling some fucking pipe. Starting to think, you know what I mean? But, whatever. There's a long line of pipe slinging to be doing, behind this one trip. So let me fucking, fucking hopped on the fucking plane and flew over all these fucking mountains and shit. Get to where it's fucking down, I see this fucking huge fucking mountain. And the pilot looks back at me and says, all right, motherfucker, jump. So I fucking put on this fucking parachute and I fucking jumped out this fucking bitch. Pull the fucking ripcord because you gotta pull the fucking ripcord, right? Now I'm fucking floating down, right? And I see the old man in the mountain, he's waving at me and shit. And he says, so I'm fucking laying down in the fucking tree and shit. I cut my shit out and I fucking fell into the fucking jungle and I start cutting my way up the fucking mountain and shit. And I'm happy because, you know, he knows I'm coming and shit. And I'm fucking, yeah, that's fucking badass, right? I'm fucking chopping. And I get up to the top of this fucking mountain. I'm fucking tired as fuck, bro. And I'm like, are you the man in the mountain? He's like, my son, I am the man in the fucking mountain. What is it that you seek? I said, sir, I need information. I need advice. I need wisdom and knowledge, sir, on how to be a better lover. And he says, I am the man in the mountain, and I give mystical advice on exactly what it is that you seek. And I'm like, fucking A, you know, I'm fucking happy. He says, simple, son. Let me tell you how it is, what it is. It's elemental, the things that you need to be a better lover. And I'm like, fucking, I was like, hold on a second, let me stop. Let's fucking catch my breath so I can actually listen and hear what the fuck he said. Take a deep breath. Chill the fuck out and I listen. He says, okay, my son, are you ready? And I'm like, yes, sir. What is it that I need in order to be a better lover? And he says, my son, it is elemental, the 5 elements of earth, of water, of fire, of wind, and of the unknown. It is simple to bring these 5 elements into any love-making situation with you, and you will be a better lover. First element that you need is earth. You need at least a comfy mat on the floor to do some fucking. The next thing you need is water. Well, you need some wine. You need some White Claw or some Zimas or something. Get the, you know, juices flowing. The next element you need is fire. You need to be burning some of that good, some of that, some of that. You need to be burning some of that to get in some of that bush. I mean. And the next element you need is from the wind element. You need to be playing some earth, wind, and fucking fire by this time on your radio. She needs to hear some of them tunes to get her in the mood to be grooving, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yes. And now, what is it? What's the final thing I need? And he said, my son, the final thing you need is you need to have some fucking batteries for her fucking dildo, because when you fucking bust a nut in 2 seconds, she gonna need to finish what you started. Well, it's about that time for you to get the hell on out of here, but I'm going to send you off with a blessing. You go ahead and get some fire on the sage here real quick. Yeah, get some fire on there real good now. Yeah. Smudge you motherfuckers real quick. May your entire being have the capacity to spread love wherever you may go, and receive love equally in turn. In the name of the Almighty Creator. And he said, "Go! I send you out, sheep amongst the wolves. Now go forth and be righteous, motherfucker." All right, thank you, motherfuckers, for watching the Murky Munde channel. Tune in next week for another Murky Munde.
Thank you for watching the Murky Munde channel, motherfucker. Now come on back next week, baby.